time I see your smile, my friend. Like Santa Monica, the thing goes down. I love this part of the promenade. I don't know what's going on here, but hey, maybe it's something that serves a purpose. Like I'm like, without knowing, like feet on the ground for some type of news. More so awareness levels. It's not about fear mongering yourself, about none of these things externally. Trust your intuition, trust your inner guidance, and you're gonna be where you need to be as everything is changing. As everything continuously changes. You'll be where you should be. Have to be on some internal vibe. Oh, I'm like, come on, thing went out. Went out on me, man. Oh. What's up, what's up? Once in a blue moon. Hey, these blue moons coming a lot. I don't think they're that strange no more. KarlHaynes was up, Brethren, bless. Andy Johnson, bless. Yeah, out here in Santa Monica. Came to get some little beads. Got a custom art I'm doing. So just on some heads up vibes, you might see some a rose quartz and wood piece come out of nowhere. Maybe like a necklace piece or something like that. Probably be a necklace. Shit. But yeah, that rose quartz. It might even have a bronzite in there too. Because rose quartz and bronzite is a good like a feel good protective, like where you got that motherly energy and then you got that strong courageous energy from the iron that's in the bronzite. That really strengthens that root chakra, strengthens that connection.
Line 3 LAX
Line 3
and Metro Green Line via Lincoln.
Bus talking. Artificial intelligence. Why use that bus to travel when you could use your metaphysical abilities? Why use a bus or why use Wi-Fi if I got telepathy? And when you think about subconscious programming, realizing how real it is, like think about that, like the fact that when you're programmed to see things a certain way, you will deny your innate ability of telepathy or like again, how many times we like, bro, I had that feeling that this and that was gonna happen or this happened and it did, especially for mothers, mothers can't deny into it, like at the least. Like out of most unwoke people, whatever, cause I'm just like a better word, but like like women would have to be the most open to the intuitive quote unquote psychic aspect, cause especially the mothers, those who done had children, it's like that whole vibe. But these are all real things. So if you get programmed to believe that, you know, you don't have these abilities, you don't have this extrasensory perception. You're gonna think you're on some human shit and that, oh man, I'm supposed to live out my everyday through doing the 9 to 5 vibe instead of embracing the guy that you are. You know what I'm saying? Because they done program you to look at that as some far-fetched shit while they behind the scenes working with it and doing it themselves. You know, it's on record that the government work with remote viewers. Remote viewers are people who could see remotely, you know, again, remote, like a remote control, how you could control your TV remotely from another place. They could remotely view another place. So like, say for instance, like a remote viewer, like I could look inside of a house and be like, all right, my mom watching TV right now, you know, all right, go to another place, like these people walking down the street over here, you know, like reviewing a remote place, but that's on record. It's on record that they solve a lot of cold cases with psychics, you know what I'm saying? And here it is again, where this is on the books, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's on the books that they created a false alarm with the USS Maddox and basically created the Vietnam War for nothing. When I say for nothing, of course they had some type of little scheme that, you know, that they was getting out of it, but, you know, as far as like some real, like, oh, we protecting or fighting for our country, like, nah, we started that shit. We wanted to do some shit in Vietnam and we needed some reason, you know, and you look up Operation Northwoods. Operation Northwoods was a situation that they were trying to create, and to this all in connection with Hollywood and movies and everything, like the magic ritual of movies, programming the subconscious, and just in general, and how Shakespeare, I even just start by, like, Shakespeare connected with, you know, King James, you know, in connection with, you know, the Bible, and I'm not familiar with that whole situation. So matter of fact, I'm going to just say it like this. I know for sure Shakespeare was connected with John Dee, the brethren who was connected with the Enochian magic and things of this nature. With that aspect of, you know, King James, I'm not sure. But basically Shakespeare, you know, wow, everything in our school. And again, we get indoctrinated. Like, here, look at Shakespeare. He's so incredible. He's basically, you know, he's using the indigenous vibe of magic ritual and turned it into movies and created the first aspect of programming, you know. So Shakespeare laid the blueprint for us, you know, the social engineering and subconscious programming of, you know, movies. And again, not saying it's good or bad, like Shakespeare is a bad person or good. Again, on a higher level, you know, we chose to come into this experience and deal with this contrast in this experience, you know, realizing that, you know, all this shit, you know, is us, even the parasites, you know. As much as some of us may speak from an aspect of like, that's, yeah, of course that's not the true essence of our God energy, you know. Yeah, of course. But like, oh, God is everything except for that roach that's crawling on that piece of wood over there. God is everything except for the bacteria, you know, that plague us. God is everything except for the parasites. God is everything except for these people who colored a certain way. Like, yeah, they may not embody that, you know, that higher understanding of source, you know, but it's definitely, you know, some type of connection nonetheless, you know what I'm saying? So it's all interconnected. I got one. Yeah, and I'm feeling good, Dorian. Heartless Harlot. Bobby Bike. Zenobia, the Empress. You know, that's very important right now, because that's what a battle really is, in essence, you know. It's in the subconscious realms and in the subconscious of, you know, again, through ritual, you know, because again, everything is through trauma, repetition, you know, trauma, repetition, and symbols. Pictures speak 1,000 words, you know what I'm saying? Like, you might not know why you vibing with McDonald's or whatever, but that red color and that yellow is vibing with your root chakra and your solar plexus, with your confidence, and your root chakra deals with your family and your coming up with your mama and stuff like that. Like, it's playing on little strings that you don't even know, just off of the color, the symbol, the sign. You know what I'm saying? Like, all this shit is real. And your subconscious rules like 98% of like what you do, say, and like just do on some autopilot shit. So what you put off to this realm, you know, your subconscious has 98% of like the governing factor of what you do, say, and just kind of, you know, again, go about what you do, and what you manifest has to deal with what's programming your subconscious. Like, if subconsciously you don't expect that you could start a business with me, then that shit gonna be hard to you. It's gonna be difficult due to you having that, while the person who feels that's easy is gonna breeze through the shit. You know what I'm saying? Because of course it takes little stages of quote unquote work, but if you understand that doing what you love is never gonna be, in essence, hard, even when it's something that seems hard. Like, you know, if it's doing what you love, then even the quote-unquote hard work of it is still going to be easy, you know what I'm saying? It's all a perception, you know? Again, though, it's back to the trauma of the symbols, you know? They traumatize you, like, with constantly trying to be like, this person got shot, that person got shot. That's trauma, trying to plug this shit, you know? Trauma, constantly making the remakes of Color Purple. I done did a video on that while I was out here, like the Pantages Theater in Hollywood, redoing the Color Purple for what? Like, why don't you do Gods of Egypt with black people now instead of keep doing it with, you know, white people, you know? And for lack of a better word, and again, not to get caught up in the back and forth of it, but and I say, but it is to understand again what's truthful and what's real, and how the subconscious is being programmed, you know. And when I said not get caught up in the back and forth of it, it's like, oh, I'm black, I'm white, I'm this and that. I mean, we're all just experiencing this holographic, you know, universe, you know what I'm saying, and working out certain energies and dealing with, you know, again, that experience, you know. All right. Oh, you got, I get it, I can get it. Huh? Subconscious realm is key. And realizing too, man, it's never about anybody else. You know, it's always, well, we're manifesting our realm. The synchronicity, you know, quote unquote synchronicity is getting more evident because it's showing you like how much you are a creator of your own realm, and you can't run away from yourself. You know, you get what you put out, and if you don't like what you put out, then change the way you look at things. You know. Modify your subconscious, reprogram your subconscious so you won't constantly be in the same loops. A person who never leaves their neighborhood is there because they never pick up a book or connect with something that tells them, you know, or let them know it's more than just their neighborhood, you know, in that essence. Are they subconsciously programmed to not worry about anything outside the neighborhood? Like, hey, you should just worry about family and just be here and this and that, you know, when really deep in their heart they want to travel and do something outside of just staying in their hood, you know. Or you got the programming of that you know, you a sellout if you leave your hood, man. You a sellout if you live your life outside of your neighborhood, you know. So you got that aspect as well, you know. Which is a balance with any of those situations. You know, I say a balance, but, you know, some of us do feel that vibe too, you know, help our communities. And again, it's a reflection vibe. Like, you know, we love taking care of we love ourselves, we take care of ourselves, you know, remastering our inner universe, you know, helping out our inner universe. So our actions is going to automatically reflect, you know, doing that to the external realm. So, you know, automatically we're going to end up helping, whatever communities we're in. Because too, that's somewhat of the ego to want to help just your particular area. It's like shit, just helping in general, wherever you stand, just being a service in general. And again, not looking to it on some, I gotta help the people, we gotta feed the children, we gotta save the world. Save your inner world, save your inner universe. And your actions will automatically reflect that. Because if you're not saving your inner universe, then your actions will automatically reflect that. Well, what you're doing is not really helping because you're not really helping your inner universe. So even though you may think like what you're doing is like, oh, I'm helping by doing, it seems like you're helping because it seems like you're helping yourself with certain little flawed premises that you're helping yourself with, Like, again, you get exactly what what you got going on inside. About to go get me something to eat. That's what I'm about to. And go charge my phone. Yeah. And just in general, again, like, just the small little subconscious programming things, from what we post on our Instagrams, to those of us who may be in music or, the arts and things of this nature, making sure that we putting out things that are beneficial subconscious programming, tapping into our inner magic, what I'm saying? Like, really, and not just going back to Africa type of shit. Like, nah, remembering that I'm from the triple dark. Like, I am the triple darkness. I am no thing, on the human experience. Because if you're no thing, that's the reason that allows for you to be, potentially everything, and the whole philosophy or the connection with the food card and the tarot, being the food, being like Forrest Gump, where your cup empty, therefore you're able to always learn because you're not constantly holding on to just one little aspect or having a prejudgment before you step into something. Like, you're completely, again, like a blank canvas, because if I already got an idea of what, and whether, a false premise or a little bit truthful, but whatever, like, but if I already got like some type of view of something before I step into it, I'm not gonna be allowed to really learn from the experience of interfacing with it if I'm still trying to hold on to what I was taught about it before I even step to the situation. It's like, allow for the experience to be the teacher. Like, if you're a white person that's scared of black people, like, wait until you have that experience to deal with a black person and be like, all right, these motherfuckers, this and that, and the third. So now I could really say, or, vice versa, dealing with a white person from being a black person, you know what I'm saying? And of course I use these modalities because this is the main, but again, it's through, experience is the teacher, you know what I'm saying? Instead of being taught like, oh, hey, all melanated people is fucked up or this and that, or all white people fucked up. It's like, well, no, don't let that message be the teacher. Actually experience, like, see what you experience. And then when you look around and you see from experience that, all right, I'm not using my, preordained or pre-given judgment of the situation. Like, when I look around, these beings or this energy seems to be fucking up shit. So I do need to, act accordingly. You know what I'm saying? Like, crocodiles really do bite. So I'm going to stay away from that fucking crocodile because I don't want to get bit. You know what I'm saying? It ain't, but it's from that experience and from, the observation of it, and not like some just, oh, well, my mom and my daddy and my grandfather say that these things do this, so I'm going to just go with what they say, even though I never experienced it for myself. Like, well, then you're walking around without true knowledge because you're just going off of what somebody else told you, and that may not be the truth. or that truth that they told you. Again, but Paul experienced a different truth from what's going on right now, depending on what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? But Paul never dealt with a cell phone, so that whatever what Paul Mama speaking on may be a little different from what I'm dealing with, or going through in this quote unquote moment. So it's just always, again, just being on our stick, just not taking anything, like questioning every aspect, no matter where it comes from, Yeah, Matter of fact, in that Aquarius energy, those thoughts, so like, matter of fact, shaping your thought realm on a eccentric, unconventional manner of being your unique self, like, and Aquarius energy is like questioning things. We in the Aquarius age, moving into it, I should say, well, I mean, in essence, which the ages kind of got a lot to do too with, like, well, not technically. I'm about to say, let's see what. No, it don't. But I was about to say, though, the Pluto energy, though, has a strong energy of, like, so if Pluto is at, that energy has a strong influence, and Pluto influences that energy for like 13 years. As a matter of fact, we got Uranus Uranus is in Taurus for the next 7 years, or maybe 6, but at least 7. I forgot when that was. I don't know if I did that video last year when I found out that, but yeah, Taurus energy. So eccentric, unconventional ways of dealing with our 5 senses and being sensual and being earthy and being connected to the earthly plane. We're gonna have more of an eccentric, more unpredictable, unorthodox way of connecting with that energy. You know what I'm saying? And just with in a simple way of explaining it. Because I did a video about that, like like dealing with the planetary aspects. All this is like math equations. If the moon is in Capricorn, I'm apply what moon energy deals with to what the Capricorn energy deals with, and we and we're gonna kind of be dealing with energies in that connection. If I look at my natal chart and see that my Scorpio is in Venus, then I know I'm a deep lover. My love runs deep, and I'm deep about connecting with certain aspects of the arts and the 5 senses and sensual things. In which Venus rules Taurus, so hear me saying sensual and basically some of the things that sound the same as Taurus, because the planet, same thing with like Pluto or Mars, like Mars first and foremost with the rulership of Scorpio, but also Pluto is connected to Scorpio. So when you hear the aspects of Pluto, you be like, damn, that kind of sound like a Scorpio energy as well. Yeah, because it's the rulership over that planet, so it's gonna have some type of connection. I got my feather. But yeah, matter of fact, I don't know if I'm still having a Wi-Fi connection. I don't see people popping up or nobody speaking. So I'm about to leave. I did what I had to do over here. That's basically it, you guys. Don't do drugs and stay in school. And you see, like, all those programmings, you know what I'm saying? And hence, hey, don't do drugs, and then we label mushrooms as drugs, psychedelics that are natural for you, or we label cannabis as drugs. So don't do, the natural drug, more so these natural aspects of Mother Nature that's not drugs, we're gonna label as drugs. So when we say don't do drugs, that's a blanket statement. So that means the natural things too. So don't do drugs and stay in school. Not stay smart or stay educated. Stay in our school system. stay in our system of indoctrination. So stay away from psychedelics and stay in our school system. And the horn beeps on the truth. Hey, stay in our school system and stay away from psychedelics that's gonna open you up to the real God within. Because DMT is produced inside. DMT is produced inside of us. So for them to label DMT as a drug that really goes to show you how much they really trying to kill us from being us. Like the fact that a law had to be passed for black people to wear their hair naturally at work, which again goes to show you that you shouldn't even be in some of these fucking workplaces anyway. But that's just my opinion. But again, the fact that somebody making, and that's not a law in the first fucking place. A law cannot be broken, you know. So if I could go and break a rule, which is a rule because I could break it, you know what I'm saying? Like say for instance, if there's a rule that say I can't spit on the sidewalk, if I could form a loogie in my mouth and spit, that must mean I'm able to, you know, that's not a real law. Because my body wouldn't allow for me to do it, you know, if I, you know, like my body wouldn't even allow for me to spit, you know, if it was a universal law or something, you know. Kind of like, again, like the 7 Hermetic principles are the laws of the universe. Well, that's undeniable laws. I cannot deny as above, so below, as within, so without. I cannot deny that. But I can, you know, break a rule that say, hey, no smoking cannabis, and then I can roll up a blunt and spark that shit up and smoke that shit. But that's a law. I mean, that's a rule and not a fucking law, you know. But I forgot what this this little tangent I went on started. Oh, the whole aspect. And again, that social engineering. You know, those are statements of don't do drugs and stay in school. Hey, listen to McGruff. And remember, and I did videos speaking of that, man. Bro, that was so saucy. The racketeering, that's racketeering. Shit, shout out to Nancy Reagan and Ronald Reagan. I think they probably stayed in Santa Monica or something around here. But that's racketeering, where here it is, Ronald Reagan letting the drugs in. You know, because again, no black person, nobody in the hood own airplanes or nothing to fucking travel to these big places and let all these big shipments of cocaine in. You know, because even when Frank Lucas was doing it, what he was moving it through the army. Who runs the army? The government, not none of us. You know what I'm saying? So that whole aspect of he allowing the drugs to come in, and then his wife created the DARE program. So here it is with one motherfucking allowing the drugs to come in, allowing for you to get fucked up off the drugs, and then his wife creates the cleaning system for you to get off of drugs. DARE to keep kids off of drugs. You know, that's a whole racketeering circle. I do one thing to dirty up the situation, quote unquote, and you got a business to clean it. So I got a business that gets dirty, you got a business that cleans it up. You know, and we all eat, you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of like on the small little level of like a man who owns a window fixing, a glass fixing business. He gets his little son to go in the neighborhood and throw rocks into people's windows, you know, and then he rides around in his window repair truck, you know, like, hey, anybody looking for window repair? You know, and it just so happened his son just passed through that neighborhood, hitting everybody up, you know. Same thing of how the mob created themselves, you know, like basically, but they was all the aspects. They would be the people that come through and fuck shit up, and they'd be like, but hey, if you don't want me to fuck shit up, you know, you could pay me so much, and I won't fuck over you. You know, like a bully, you know, like pay me to not bully you. And since you're paying me to not bully you, you know, I could also stop others from not bullying you as well, because there are other people doing the same shit that I'm doing. There's other people bullying people and charging you not to fuck them up, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, here, if you pay me, I won't bully you anymore, you know? And if you pay me, I'll stop the other bullies, the other mob bosses from doing this to you as well. You know, that's basically what the mob is, you know what I'm saying? Oh mafia or whatever you want to call it. But again, it's all go check out, and if you like all this shit that I'm running, I done been talked about all this shit, because it's getting back to that point too. Like, I'm like realizing, like, bro, I done talked about this sauce, I done dripped this sauce already, you know what I'm saying? And some of you probably looking at like, oh shit, this tight, this is the first time I ever heard of this shit. Check out my Politricks videos. And you know, if you vibing with the, you know, with the vibrations, you know, and you really love it, and you would love to, you know, support, you know, I do have donation links under mostly all my videos. You know, I have the donation links for my Cash App, for my PayPal, or my Venmo, whichever one best suits you. You know, I even have that little thing for Chase, the Chase Bank. You know, I forgot what they call that, Zelle or something like that. I got that too. You know, because I'm out here making sure I'm sustaining myself in order to even, cause shit, if I'm always like having to deal with like not being able to sustain myself, I'm not able to deliver these messages or be a clear channel to, you know, share these messages with everybody, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it is greatly appreciated, but at the same time, again, though, you should just feel it through your uniqueness. Don't let me just sharing what I just shared provoke you. Like, don't feel guilty. Like, you know, don't feel like you gotta donate out of guilt or because I just said that. Like, nah, whenever it's the vibe for you to donate, it'll be the vibe for you to donate. Because again, it's all, look, I do this for the love of it, obviously, you know. Like, again, like, it's not like, hey, everybody, before I do a live video on my Instagram or before I do a video on my YouTube, you gotta pay me. Like, you know, like, so it's already evident that, you know, it's not about money. Because if it was, I wouldn't have over 1,000 videos on my YouTube channel. Yeah, no. But that's the whole aspect. And also remember too, other than donations, I do have jewelry, you know, different crystals and stuff like that too. I'm expanding in that area. Matter of fact, the donations also, honestly, it's no longer, I need to even switch up using that, like, as an investment. Like, you know, you're investing in epic lifestyles, you're investing in, you know, in the growth and expansion of my brand and what I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not just, you know, dealing with sharing information on YouTube, you know, I'm expanding to all kind of other aspects, you know. Growing organic cannabis is something I definitely want to expand into, you know. Doing more hands-on with the crystal mining and having crystal drills and tumbling my own crystals, things of this nature, you know. But yeah, what's up, Positive Vibe, man? We miss each other, but look, I'll catch you next time you're down, man. Next time you're around, we'll definitely connect. But yeah, man. And then everything just goes back to the awareness of the subconscious realm. And then you start to see, like, all right, if it's about me programming my subconscious, then you start to see, like, these little energies, these little sneaky energies that come around you that dressed up with a smile and this and that, but low-key they using sneaky little tactics to, like, program your subconscious, you know. Repetition. So repetition is a program of the subconscious. Love, 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 love. Oh man, it's all about love. Man, it's just love. Man, we just love each other. Love, 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 love. Matter of fact, shout out to Brother Panic, because Brother Panic pointed out how, like, the ancient aliens show, like, oh, these pyramids and stuff must be aliens, 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 aliens. You know, it's repetition. Like, they're programming your subconscious through repetition. You know what I'm saying? It can't be these melanated people who've been around way before. Like, no, it can't be them, because our, you know, alien, you know. Repetition. And I had to notice that about being, you know, in LA and how fast LA is, you know. Well, you know, these people, you know. And again, it's all about my inner universe. it's all about, again, uh, mastering my inner realm. But the fact remains that there is things popping off in our external realm that that I had to be shown that I had to have like a awareness about, and it's not awareness to continuously focus on it. It's like, hey, be aware that there are people out here who are very savvy at programming your subconscious mind, aka magicians and wizards and little witches that know how to slick dick this energy. Slick dick is a little terminology we use, but with slick dick, hey, dick, aka the penis or the solar phallic energy, the phallic energy or the light. The light could also be seen sometimes as the illusion, because Lucifer, illusion, Lucifer, Lucy, lucid dreaming too is also, but like the light, you know what I'm saying, like illusion. So slick dick and some shit, it's all all that being slick, like slippering on some water, slick with your light, you slick digging, you slicking you slick the way you using this light in this realm of reality, in this hologram of light, you know what I'm saying. But yeah. But yeah, oh yeah, and again, that's bringing it back to the subconscious realm, the repetition, trauma, again, and shits, repetition, trauma, and through symbols, and they did all of that in slavery, trauma, repetition, and symbols. They gave you the symbology of a white Jesus, which is really Caesar Borgia. Hey, the horn, bam, bam, black message for y'all. If you don't believe universal, we're going to try our best in so many ways to give little horn blows and all this, you know what I'm saying? The universe is doing its best, But, again, the repetition of, like, whipping, traumatizing, getting your ass whipped, and repetition of it, and then the symbol of, again, Caesar Borgia, aka the white hippie Jesus, given to you, where you're getting your ass whipped from Monday to Saturday. So, of course, like, and I always make a joke about that, like, if I'm getting my ass tore up from Monday to Saturday, you know what I'm saying, and this person come to me on Sunday with a Bible and talking about, all right, today we're going to have this little thing, y'all never heard of this yet, but we're going to have this situation called church. We're going to have church, and we're going to sit in this little building, and we're going to open up this little book called the Bible, and we'll talk about this man called Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, if I'm a slave, like, I'm gonna be tapping Master Monday through fucking while I'm getting my ass whipped, like, Master, what Jesus at? In which hence, why would, at some point it would stop making sense to me. Like, all right, here it is, I'm learning about this person that's supposed to be, but that's why, too, they used the scripture that supported slavery, you know what I'm saying, in essence, and hence why, again, the Bible was, again, it was revised, Constantine, one of the emperors, in Rome somewhere, had the two Nicaea councils where they took certain books out and turned, the Christ energy into a historical character. You got 16 crucified saviors. This story happened 16 times in this book called 16 Crucified Saviors by Kersey Graves. So this is literature to prove this wrong. There's literature to say, hey, wait a minute, there's literature proving that this person is not, and again, that the Christ energy is real, but this is not a historical character. It's a fact. Like, again, the book of Enoch, man, when you read the book of Enoch, bro, it's undeniable that they talking about planetary aspects and talking about, as above, so below, also talking about the chakras and the 7 planets, 7 chakras, and, all this, like, but if all that was in the Bible, if all that was in the literature, it would be hard to keep you a slave and keep you hooked into the fake Jesus shit, you know what I'm saying? So they had to take out all this other shit, you know what I'm saying? Right. as a whole aspect. And again, back to the aspect of subconscious programming. Period. Yeah, but look, just going with the flow of the energy. But and now we all waking up to this. And again, it's very important for us to be waking up, because again, these eclipse energies, and that's why, again, that's another reason why they want you to believe everything and try to make you scared of astrology, in the church and stuff like that. Because if you don't know, again, the Hermetic principles, as above, so below, as within, so without, so you don't know that not only just when planting seeds physically is about paying attention to the moon cycles, but also metaphysically or on a spiritual soul level, the seeds you planting on the manifestation level, and that harm blows on the truth again, that planting a certain seed during a new moon cycle, you ain't even looking at a new moon or the sun or this and that if you scared of the shit even in the first place. So you don't even know that eclipses is like the energy that you having and dealing with on a subconscious level during the eclipse is gonna be stained into your realm for the next 7 years. You know what I'm saying? But if you're scared of the fucking astrology, you're not gonna know shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's all I gotta do.
Oh, yep, Lance. Yeah, Lance. Yeah. You're not gonna know that. Like you gotta, you know what I'm saying? And hence, you reap what you sow, because if you only believe in what a church tell you and you're not going outside that, then you're gonna get all them, gonna constantly sit in all those fucking lies, and you're gonna reap what you sow. And it ain't gonna be no, the end of the world happening, God punishing us, you see? This is the rapture. And that's why they tell you too, the dumb shit of like, you born with sins and this, so all that shit could line up. And you could believe all that shit and fall victim to that dumb shit. And I say dumb shit because it is what it is, but it is, falsehoods, And again, you won't have nobody to blame but your own inner universe. And then when you transition out of your bodysuit, you're going to be back into a place where you remember, and you're going to be your own judge, because you're going to be like, fuck, I didn't catch it, because obviously if you fell for the banana in the tailpipe that strongly, then you obviously would have to come back to this motherfucker, because you didn't learn what you needed to learn. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you didn't realize that the God was within you, you know what I'm saying? You had many different little scriptures and little messages to let you know this, and you didn't catch it, then obviously you got to come back to school. If you didn't learn your division, you got to go back to school and learn your division. Just point blank period. It ain't even, look, the horn did bam, bam, bam. And 3 is a message of communication, and is a message of ascended masters. So that horn is really, you know what I'm saying? Again, there's no coincidences in this universe either. And matter of fact, you want to talk about literature and all that shit, Carl Jung. If you need a white person that wrote a book to go back to believe it, and not me, because I'm not a white person that wrote a book. Carl Jung spoke on synchronicity, you know what I'm saying? And spoke on these things being real, And if you don't believe in the Lionsgate energy, there's no coincidence that I'm fucking running it the way I'm running it in this moment in time, or quote unquote, you know what I'm saying? Because this shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is real. But again, if you don't want to believe me, then go read one of Carl Jung's books first. Like, go read one of Carl Jung's books first. Come back when I video, But at the same time, though, as you should, though, do research, as you should, which is a balance. Some things you could just come across and feel within your heart, hey, what this person is saying resonates within my soul, resonates within my heart. But for the most part, it is great to have that little balance of, fact checking certain little aspects to really stain it into yourself. Matter of fact, it's back to subconscious programming. You heard it on some natural, on some just like synchronistic vibes, and you read it in a book, so that really sinks it into your subconscious. And go check out my videos, because I'm not going to go too deep into it, but go check out my subconscious programming playlist that I have for you on my YouTube channel. It's a playlist called Subconscious Programming with videos that, you know, hey, shout out to their horn. Running it about subconscious programming, you know. Oh my goodness, you know. And after running it like this, you know, I deserve to smoke and drown after allowing myself to be a channel of light. You know, allowing this light to flood through right now. You know, I deserve. You deserve it. Shout out to Future in that song. Just the other day, my little cousin got out from school and said, "You deserve it." You deserve it, Future. You deserve it. Yeah, though, man. It's again, and everything is flooding through. So not only in your inner realm, but guess what? I am a reflection of what's going on, you know, in some way, form, or fashion, you know, an energy that's within you. And me running it the way I am, and you watching this video, if you watching it, is a part, you know, again, is external. I'm an external factor. Again, well, I made a video talking about where we are figments of each other's imagination. Not in the sense of like where, you know, we're, how can I say, we control. Because some people take it and look at it in a different light. Oh, well, you mean we fake or we control each other in that sense? No. But this shit is all interweb where, you know, again, if I'm in between going to Santa Monica Promenade and going to Whole Foods, like, I don't know which one I really want to do. You know, like, I'm like, I don't know which one I want to do. And there's a person in Santa Monica Promenade that just watch my videos and like on some vibe, like, I would really love to see Universal Frequencies today. Like, I would just really love to see Universal today. Then them having that little urge over there in Santa Monica, you know, since I don't, and since I'm on the fence about what I want to do, since I'm not sure whether I want to go to Santa Monica or the Whole Foods, you know, then their energy that's out there in the ethers, you know what I'm saying, gonna hit my little radar and be like, well, hey, you know, shit, go to Santa, you know, since you're in between, you know, go to Santa Monica. And that doesn't mean that person is controlling me in that moment. It's just, again, we sending out little signals and responding to it. Our inner universe, our chakras is sending out signals. You know, when our solar plexus is not spinning and we lacking confidence, that's sending out a signal to that girl that you kind of attracted to, that you like, but because your solar plexus is not spinning a certain way, you know, it's sending a certain signal and a certain message to her. You know what I'm saying? Word to that horn. You know what I'm saying? But oh my goodness, this moment is deja vu, like woo. It gave me chills how much this moment is deja vu. Woo. Hey, shout out from Sweden. All right, Sweden, much love and blessings. Much love and blessings. Yeah. Matter of fact, I'm gonna make sure I erase some videos from my phone. Make sure I save this live video, cause yeah, this definitely needs to go on my YouTube. Cause some people don't deal with social media, you know, understand that and have you know, respect for that. You know, we all different and unique on. You know, we all different and unique on what's our vices and what we fall victim to, like, you know, falling in the loops with and, you know, dealing with. Some of us have more of a self-control with the way we deal with social media than others, you know. Some of us are just better staying away from it. Same thing like with alcohol. Like, some of us could take a little sip and not go off the deep end, while some of us it's just best to not even say the word alcohol around us, you know what I'm saying? Like, so some people, you can't even say the word social media around them because, you know, hey, it's like, they got that little connection. While some of, we all uniquely different, and it's for us to realize we're not here to judge any. Like, we're all uniquely different. We all have our own unique vibes. We all little superheroes in our own little right, and have our own little, like a potluck. We all got our unique dish that we bring into the table. You know what I'm saying? Just loving ourselves unconditionally. Yeah. I don't know. Yes, I do know. Hey. Like, yep, you know. Should I catch this bus right here? Let's see. I don't know. I got this little bus right here. I could catch it. Should I catch it? I'm chill. See? Alright. Look at what I just did on camera. Should I catch this bus? But seemed like I wasn't really moving. Seemed like I wasn't too enthused about moving. So my feeling, what I really was feeling, spoke through my body, and not my thoughts, not the shit I'm yapping out, you know what I'm saying? Not what I'm talking out like, should I? Shouldn't I? That comes second to the fact that I'm sitting on the bench and I'm not moving, you know what I'm saying? Hence again why actions speak louder than words. Actions speak louder than words, and if it do feel like a thought does come to you, it's always the first one. The first thought is always that. It's always that. Like, and yes, our logical mind is so amazing that it could find ways to convince us otherwise. Our logic is so great at what it does that it could find many reasons on why it's good to go with your second mind. Like, you know what I'm saying? And why you should second guess things 1,000 times before you do it. But nah, I'd rather not. That's a very hellacious realm to be in. I am about to go, y'all. Cause I wanna roll up them. To roll up the little herb them. Appreciate it, y'all. Matter of fact, drinking your agua. Make sure you're drinking your agua. And being a vessel for light, literally. Like, there's a reason why, it's kind of like lightning moves through in a lot of cases, lightning moves with rainstorms, when it's raining. Reason why if you threw a toaster or electrical device in some water, it would shock the piss out of somebody. It's the same thing with us. We are 70% water. So when we're drinking a lot of water and keeping up with that water, we're able to catch these downloads from our higher self more, you know what I'm saying? So making sure we tapped in, and that's why copper crystals are so, important. Like the malachites, the azurites of the world, cobalites, the dioptase. Oh no, is it? Yeah, dioptase and diopside. I think both are copper-based crystals. The Shatukites, the Eleite stones. What else? Turquoise, which is one of the most popular ones, and for that reason, again, not only connecting with the throat chakra and connecting with the spirit realm in a form of communication in that form of it, but also being a copper-based crystal and allowing for the electrical currents to be moving very powerfully in the body so we could be in tune with these messages, And again, here it is where they call these things occult and esoteric, and they don't teach you about this in school and make this shit, and then they attach somebody like Aleister Crowley to it and make it look like it's something to be scared of, and hence where they know that's the real sauce, like this is the real shit. Because again, hence a lot of your technology got quartz in it, you know what I'm saying? Like like the way most computers in essence quantumly communicate in essence is through quartz, like, so here it is where they know about these technologies, use it. And again, say they is the aspect of the contrast that we created in order to have this experience, you know what I'm saying? Because in order for you to have light, you have to have dark. In order for roses to smell so good, they have to have a piece of dog shit that smells stink like a motherfucker for the roses to smell good. Because think about it, even before, if everything looked the same and all that, but just to say if everything had one, just smell, then a piece of dog shit and a rose wouldn't have no, like you could put when Valentine's Day come around, you could put a piece of dog shit in the bag and give it to a person because, hey, it don't have no smell, or it's the same smell as the roses. So, what's the difference between a piece of dog shit, an old sneaker, a rotten fish or whatever, you know what I'm saying? If no smells existed, you wouldn't have that contrast of experience, And that's why, too, as much as, you can look at it as, like some people basically look at it as like imprisonment, or like I like prison, or I like being in a prison or imprisonment, in that sense of it. It's also like a blessing in having a level of gratitude for having this experience,
I like you here, bro.
Appreciate it. It's having a level of gratitude for the experience because it allowed for us to have contrast. And now again, though, it's like, well, now we're cycling into a place where it's time to, move into, bringing in a more of awareness of our soul, more of awareness into the spiritual aspect. And again, spiritual and the physical realm are, existing simultaneously. But again, people have fallen into a place of forgetting that this realm is temporary. It was getting to a place where people was thinking that this is the end all be all, and it's like, nah, this is a temporary. Because remember, the creator is infinite, but the creation is temporary. That's what time itself, is created through creation. Because say, for instance, anything that you create has an expiration date. You know what I'm saying? Literally. These bodysuits were created when mom and dad, the masculine and feminine energies, came together and created a bodysuit for a spark of light from source to come down into a bodysuit to interface in this realm. So it's like those two things, came together. Ah, shit, I lost my interfacing, coming together. It'll come back. And two, that's how strong I gotta be right now, because energies, that might not want to hear these conversations, like the energies could get zapped, so I gotta be strong on what I'm speaking on. But I was speaking on the seeds. It'll come back. It'll definitely come back. Ooh, and because it was real saucy, that's why I for sure will get back to speaking on it. Because again, too, like that's the aspect of why something or someone wouldn't want to hear that. Because think about yourself, like when you heard a certain thing, think about the first time you heard about the way food was prepared, It's like once you heard food was prepared a certain way, you couldn't go back to eating certain unhealthy shit. And that's the same thing with information. Once you hear certain truths, it's hard for you to live a certain lie. So, and hence when, a certain truth is being spoken, something don't want to hear that, because once they get out there, then a lie can't be kept up. You know, again, the fact that Dr. Sebi exists, you know, that then the lies about needing a cure for AIDS and cancer can no longer exist if the fact that Dr. Sebi cured that exists. You know, happy now. The only thing is this moment.